Hey. Ah. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to this exciting episode of Curse of Strahd. I am your neighborhood dungeon daddy, Liam McKinnon. I'm very excited to be here today with our lovely players all around me. Y'all can say hi if you want to. You don't have to say a goddamn thing if you don't want to.
Goddamn thing if you don't want to.
Oh, you. All right. Welcome everyone. I'm very excited. This is going to be a very, very good game. Nothing really major to announce. What is it? Wrapped up Deadmonton, so that's fun. Yeah, I guess we're just getting back into this. I don't think there's really anything I have to talk about at all. Just that there is the developing campaign I'm working on right now that is going to be running with Authentic Dungeons for the Citizens of Barovia, which is a basically playing in the world of Barovia, but not using the 5e system. Instead, I'm going to be using the system known as Chill. Hopefully I'm able to get videos up by the time with this so I can start actually promoting it. But yeah, I'm going to be posting some pictures and the Novice DMing Facebook page, talking more about it. I'm really excited. For those of you who don't know Chill, it's one of my favorite RPG systems that discontinued from the 80s. Dated in a lot of ways, but the system in terms of play was amazing, and it was a great way to have ordinary people be extraordinary in small ways that, unlike D&D in the early days where it's you had to commit to millions of experience points to get to that higher levels, this one was always tailored to just trying to excel at the things that you're good at. And if you were fortunate enough to excel at other things or just die in the process, either way was satisfying and interesting. Yeah. That's it. Nothing major to report. Started a new fitness thing, so it's gonna be fun. And yeah, that's really it. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. Yeah, anybody else here got anything to talk about? Talk about stuff? Yeah.
We have a full crew.
Yeah, we have a full crew.
Wow, you're right. Holy.
Yes. So, getting into this, I want to start off. Does anybody have any major questions right now before we dive in? No? Okay. Then I'm going to kind of start up Curse of Strahd. We're going to go in the normal stuff, but before we do the recap, I'm going to fill in Padon, as Padon was not here for our last game, with a couple of things. But first, let's get our minds right and dive in to this session of Curse of Strahd. All right, and we're back. So, before we begin, Eren, you had a very interesting experience in the last session, and we'll dive into everything that happened. But first of all, we have to address something that is major for your character specifically that I think that you'll want to focus on during the actual process of this. Because you, Eren, have achieved what was laid out as a personal journey for this campaign, you have now received your personal level up, where you are now able to level up to, I believe it is now level 8.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. Now, I want you to know this. In your choice for your level, you may obviously choose to go Barbarian. However, with Eren, as the new spirit comes through and he felt that embrace that came with Donna D. Thistle Whistle, reconnecting, there was an element of transference that she is bringing towards you that you yourself don't fully understand. But if you want to embrace it, to potentially understand it, you could. Meaning, if you would like to multi-class into the fighter class, that is an option that is available to you. And I will let you percolate on that for yourself. If you want to kind of like share your thoughts process on that, you totally can. But if you want to keep it to yourself, you also can.
The old just immediately when you say fighter, I go, ooh, action search. But like that was just the first thing that popped into my head.
Of course, it's the first thing that everybody pops into everybody's head. It's at level 2.
I know, that's the thing.
Yeah,
or I go level 8 now, I get
that would be something.
I get an attribute boost. I can just go full beef.
As opposed to half beef?
I'm going full beef.
You're going full beef? Where's the beef, my man? It's all
beef.
So what is full beef for Eren?
I'm maxing my constitution to 20.
Oh God.
Full beef.
My God. No. Okay.
Full beef. Which means my max hit points.
Oh my God.
Before I even roll for my next level here,
I just gotta hear this before I go. Yeah.
All right.
98?
That's before I roll.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So then I get to roll a d12 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what my max HP is. I'm tanking. That's kind of a shit roll. It's a 5. But that's still an extra 10 HP. So I'm at 108 total HP now.
Yeah, you're at 108 as an 8th level character because you went full beef.
That's what full beef means.
Oh Lord.
I am down 9 points though, or 10 points. So I'm currently at 98.
All right, that makes me feel better about aging you 40 years. And what happened last session? So,
old man Eren?
Old man Eren
and old man Squally.
What happened last session?
God. My
you
guys
were in the process of continuing to fight Nimble Knobs, the ghost that had made tether towards Eren for the last little while, while also allowing for Donady to retether with Eren, and also dealing with a feral Sly who was like fighting Kari to the death. You were all successful in successful. You guys were attempting to kill Nimble Knobs. However, he was able to go off into the ethereal world, but not before almost killing Wystera or putting Wystera unconscious, but being saved by Eren with the new ancestral feat, and also having Eren and Squally age 40 years due to a horrifying visage. So you guys are now 40 years older, based on whatever ages you are. So I'm very excited to hear how that manifests for Eren. But also you all had gone to take care of Sly and try to calm him down. However, Sly began to hear voices in his head while he was tasting the blood of Kari with his bite power that he had taken on.
Yummy.
Although Sly was then brought unconscious and then feeling very low, had then escaped to climb up into a tree, and you guys had all tried to meet up there. What happened next was you guys killed a giant owl and started cooking it around Sly, trying to entice him. You had also spoken to Martin, Vigo, and Yolanda. Well, you hadn't spoken to them at this point. They were just kind of hanging around. You guys spoke to them probably a few hours later to ask them, hey, what the heck was going on at the Wizard of Wines? You guys had taken them to the tower where you had met Esmeralda. There, Esmeralda had kind of processed and said that she would help you take you wherever you needed to go. And I believe it was Martin who had spoken to you all kind of to understand about ravens. Squally had gone on to a bit of a journey discovering like how far could they take this could he take this communication with the birds and the spirits, and could they potentially guide them? And he, through absolute just full-on commitment, was able to successfully have these this unkindness of ravens begin to fly off somewhere, carried by a voice saying, keepers of the feather flock together, and having that be what drives their trajectory. And where it drives you all is going to a old, beaten down road that leads to a lost village known as Berez. And that is where we begin. As you all begin to descend gradually as the road goes down in the carriage, it doesn't hit you at first, but the density of the woods is replaced now by a heaviness of the earth, as you can feel the motion of the wheels beginning to catch as thick mud begins to pick up, as everything begins to pick up and scoops every single going into the struts of the actual wheels. The spectral horses are not having a problem, but the physical cart is. The smell of swamp begins to come through, seeping the actual caravan's coverage through the actual tarp of it. You begin to feel this heavy-weighted sensation. Sly, you being at the front can see clearly for anybody else. The trees begin to kind of separate. The trees, surprisingly, in the upper areas are thick, mighty, and dense. Here, they are separated, but they are tall. You can begin to see roots of the roots of trees begin to go deeper into the thick earth. The entire landscape becomes almost coated in fog. The strange eeriness that comes with like the power of the actual valley almost begins to disappear as you begin to go into what you can only assign in terms of meaning as a unwelcome, festering pit of marshland. At a certain point, Esmeralda stops the carriage. She makes the expression to you, unfortunately, if we continue to go this far, I don't think we'll be able to pull out the wagon. She stops, and you can see on the pathway here, Sly, that the roadway is elevated in terms of the earth slightly, but you also hear alongside that you are now in like the deepest part of the valley. You can see across the fog the river that is kind of like meeting in with the actual mud itself. And on this like kind of elevated part of the road, you kind of see it begins to slope down probably a few 100 feet away from you, to the point where the road almost disappears. And you can't really see anything beyond that at that point. Esmeralda stops the carriage. Everybody can begin to get out of the carriage if they would like.
Can I see the ravens at all, or did I lose them in the fog?
What is your passive perception?
18.
Okay. You would be able to notice this. The ravens are no longer able to be spotted in terms of the fog itself. The speed in which they were flying here was not something you could keep track of. However, you do notice across the river what seems to be coming between these mighty, like tall structures. There is a faint light. It is one of the only sources of light that you can see across the clearing of the river before on the opposite end where you can see the mix-up of the marshland itself.
Well, I believe the ravens went this way. I at least know they went southeast. Do you think that lights anything? And I'll point it out to everyone else. Maybe look towards Kari.
Kari gives a kind of a cautious remark to it. Let me say, I mean, it's kind of a little strange that we have like one single like light source in all of this. Yeah, I don't know.
Can I go kind of close to the edge? Because we're like, the river's right in front of us, right?
Mm-hmm. As you begin to kind of get, you go near to the road, and then you kind of like go down to kind of move off of it. Immediately you feel your feet kind of slide into the muck, and the pace in which you begin to walk immediately slows. The terrain of this land is difficult terrain. And if you guys are traveling across the swamp marsh itself, you guys are only moving at half speed.
I'm gonna stop and kind of close my eyes and whisper, "Keepers of the feather flock together, keepers of the feather flock together," and then see if anything happens.
Sure. You feel that echoing voice kind of carry over through here, as the words you begin to utter begin to echo to yourself here, Squally, and it begins to carry out ahead of you, moving forward towards the light itself.
Oh, I don't know, guys. I think we gotta get to that light. The keepers of the feather compels me.
Well, I trust you because I don't have any ideas.
I do have a question actually. Does you mentioned that my feathers changed to like a gray when I aged. Did I lose my ability to change colors, or can I still change colors?
No, you change colors. They're just much like fainter. And I should say, Esmeralda at this point sees you guys in this like forms, and is just like, oh goodness gracious! I must say, I have. I guess you had some run-ins with ghostly apparitions.
Yes. Do you
Yeah.
have you seen this before?
Oh, I've seen it many times in myself as well. Someone, well, I in my encounters, I had one of them do the same thing for me. Not as dramatic of a change, but significant.
How do we not?
Well, the good news is you have a day to get this fixed, but you're going to need to find some very powerful magic to do so.
Where?
Good question. I don't know.
You said you've had it fixed.
Yes, by someone else who I paid to do it for me outside of this world. Like, Barovia is not the only place that has ghosts.
all.
What was that?
Why ghosts? It's a ghost.
Knees start knocking together.
Kari says to you guys, so like my armor is like pretty substantial. I don't think I can probably swim across the river there, so I think I'll wait here with Esmeralda. We'll just wait for you guys to come back, and then we can, if you guys find anything good, get a game plan. If nothing though, like I can like get Doff this to like get it set, but like it's just gonna take me some time.
Esmeralda, do you know when you asked someone else to do this, were they a cleric? What do you mean by powerful magic, first of all?
Well, the best way that was a restoration spell. Greater restoration was what they had applied to it. That's my knowledge about how you're able to get it fixed for yourself. That's how you would be able to like not have it. But after a day, it becomes well, I must say gray looks great on you. It looks very good. So
To be honest, I just felt like it was inevitable, and I'm just stuck like this. But I don't know. Should we try to find a way, or
My back hurts.
my beak is brittle?
We should try to find a way.
I'd like
I
to find a way.
still think we need to go this. I was so against splitting up yesterday or this morning. Now earlier, but now we have two things to do. I don't know what to do.
Well, if you are compelled towards this light, perhaps we should follow that.
Yeah.
Kari, do you know where we could find someone with greater Esmeralda? Do you know?
yeah, I was
Anyone?
gonna say I don't know anybody in this fucking place. Esmeralda takes a moment and she thinks just need to see. There is someone that I know. We can take care of that later. But right now I think that if we're here, we might as well be here. I don't want to stick around here for too much longer.
Okay. I then, if we believe we have enough time to do that after, let's go to the light.
Kari just says, "Well, you're really embracing that old person shit right now."
Don't go into the light.
I feel brittle.
So do I. Using my hammer as a cane.
Oh, wait, do you still have the Crusader's hammer?
Oh, good question. Do I?
Eren does. And Eren, after having it for the length of time you have, it does attune to you, and it only attuned to you after a minute. So you do have attunement to it.
Would you mind if I took that back, or is it yours now?
You can have it. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't actually want it. I think that whatever that guy was in my head just kind of was like, it's yours, and then I couldn't really control myself. But like, you can have it.
It definitely seemed that way. It was you were quite pushy.
Yeah, I
But
don't really think it was.
I did rather like it, if you wouldn't mind. I mean, if you need to use it as a cane, that's okay.
No,
But
I'm using my war hammer.
perfect.
I think the other hammer is just like a little ballpoint hammer. I don't think I could use it as a cane. I guess I'm pretty short.
The other hammer is much more like an actual military one-handed light hammer, but it's, I
Yeah.
mean, significantly comparatively, yeah.
Yeah. I give the hammer back to Squally.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I was quite fond of it.
Yeah, you can have it.
Can I attune back to it?
As you take, again, you take it for 1 minute, taking the time just to look at it, the blue light around it. You feel yourself and the energy, and yes, you do in fact attune to the item.
Thank you. Okay. I guess we're walking towards the light. Very slowly.
Very.
Plod.
Wally, as you begin to slowly move through, not just on your own account, but like slowly going through mucky ground, you feel that intense purpose, that desire to make right and bring justice to this land, and to find certainty in this solution that you've had for yourself. As you can feel that power coming through you once again. You step to the edge of the river, and as you begin to go into the water to cross, it is cold. The river is cold, but you step moving through, and it's like so hard to like even get through and wade in, but you guys begin to swim across. The current is not strong in this. It's actually quite oddly peaceful. And as you make your way, getting to the other side, you notice the fog begins to get clearer towards this large circle of high-standing rocks. They are known as menhirs, or menhirs. You can see they are like these old, like massive, carved stones with multiple like animal images upon them. You see a bear, you see a wolf, you see a raven. On these stones, you can see all of the ravens that you guys had sent across are kind of perched around them. And standing off to the side, or kind of within the circle, is a woman who has got kind of like half long black hair, not really well put together, having a grayish cloak. She has a necklace with a what looks to be kind of this like silver raven skull wrapped around her neck, and holding a lantern kind of like in both hands, kind of like outstretched, waving it in this kind of pattern. She sees you approach, she lowers down the lantern, puts down this kind of like her the hook she had it on, and she cautiously begins to approach you. You can see at her side she has a hand crossbow, just kind of present but not doing anything. You there? You. And she gestures to all of you, and slowly
Hi.
kind of you get closer.
Swim my little ass over there.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
As you do, she kind of backs up a little hesitantly.
Can I, when I get out of the water, I'll say, Keepers of the Feather flock together, somewhat hesitantly, but I'll kind of bow as well.
She hears you utter that, says, how do you know about the Keepers of the Feather? And she's slowly kind of moving to her crossbow.
Well, we know a couple of were-ravens, and I have spoken with the wind a few times. I have recently learned about this, but we know some people.
Who do you know?
Gosh, I can't remember their name. Hey, Damien? Not Damien. Who am I talking about? Yeah, Damien, right?
She kind of pulls back. In what capacity do you know of Davian?
We fought together. I know his family. We've met a few times.
Well, I haven't known Davian to be much of a combative sort.
So
We
Wystera has come out beside Squally at this point, and says, he was forced into battle as we tried to save the Wizard of Wines.
Pride. Is the winery
It has been abandoned.
abandoned?
Apparently, we had tried to fight off the various forces that were after it, but we have just visited it, and it is now sadly abandoned. But we fought
we're looking for
alongside
them.
and with his kids many times.
That doesn't sound like the Martikovs. They wouldn't just simply abandon the winery.
We're looking for them, and the ravens led us here.
I think you'd better explain to me exactly how you've come to know about our order and what you believe and suspect has happened with Davian and his family.
I would like to tell her everything.
In the expression of all of that you've experienced with them, from the first time you'd met the spirit board readings, the death of Elvir, everything that you have encountered, and the task to go and travel back to Castle Ravenloft, do you also share that you have succeeded or failed in the venture of killing Elvir, or do you mainly talking about
Sorry, say
just
what?
that with putting Elvir to rest? Do you mention your failure to do so, or do you not mention that at all? Like your travel to Castle Ravenloft.
I was under the impression we were still trying to do that, but we had to go around ways to still do that. So I would probably mention that we're still trying, but we haven't been able to.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to say when she like reached for her crossbow, I would have like went to stand in between her and Squally. Not like in a threatening way, just in like a I'm staying in front of Squally.
Right. She moves away from her crossbow at this moment, kind of like takes a second and goes into the circle. And having seen that everything was abandoned, I need to go there. I need to go to the winery. I need to see. I need to make sure. I need to know exactly what has been taken, or if they took anything. I need to understand. I need to understand what happened.
We can take you there.
Unfortunately, traveling to the wineries, it might help, but it will pull me from my position. It's a risk. What has brought you here to Berez? What has brought you?
But literally the ravens, but figuratively we're looking for them and trying to find Damien where they went. But it seems you have information, and that's also helpful. We'd like to find them so that we can reunite them with their children.
It certainly isn't like the Marticoves. They would never leave their children behind. Yes. I must say, my name is Muriel. I am a spy for the Keepers of the Feather, and I am working right now to track and keep an eye on the activities of one of our greatest antagonists, or antagonizers. There is a being in Berez that has claimed dominion of its ruins.
Baba Lysaga?
Baba Lysaga, yes. She is a terribly vile and powerful hag, and she has worked in much of the dark magic that has permeated throughout the forest, the swamp itself. She even spawned many these terrifying scarecrow creatures. They hunt the ravens, attempt to slaughter any members of the Feather. And her actions are minimal, but she has been doing many things as of late that have been quite intriguing, and I fear dangerous for the whole of the valley.
Is she the one that took the green crystal from the Wizard of Wines?
I was not aware that the winery had lost its gemstones.
From what I understand, this is what began the downfall.
See, I knew of a shortage of wine.
This is why.
I'm going to take this. Muriel says, all I have noticed is that Baba has ceased to, well, the best thing I can say, I don't know what use she could potentially have with the green crystal. The main source of transportation she has is flying around in a large skull. But in terms of utilizing a crystal, I don't know what she could use for that. But she does send the scarecrows often to travel across the swamps and then through the actual woods to then harass our allies. But I was not aware of how successful she had become.
What would you like from us as you travel to the Wizard of Wines?
This is the difficulty I'm facing. I have many different tasks I need to report to, but now, Davian being missing, I need to be able to report this immediately. Takes precedence. I'm able to travel to the winery myself. However, it is a tremendous risk right now. with Baba's constructs. I am not someone who is well gifted in the actual means of combat or being able to take on any actual dismantling these creatures. They are something that is a perfect design tool to kill us and to kill our... It's funny how the superstitions of Barovia do not carry to those who have the most power within it. She kills ravens outright, hunts them down, and, well, neuters our ability to be as effective as we can be. As much as being able to find Davian is important, I think that it could also be much more feasible and much better long-term if we were to be able to stop these creatures that she has sent and created and sends to kill us. But it is also dangerous.
We have some muscle, and I gesture towards our beef.
Very old beef.
But still looking fine.
Got like wild Albert Einstein hair right now.
You have a mustache or a beard that's like, or like the bushy eyebrows.
Yeah, out to here.
Yeah. Super bushy eyebrows. Like it's a whole thing.
We could be of help if you so desire.
Well, the fact that you've shared all this with me makes me cautious, but at the same time, it doesn't seem as much I have much of a choice in many matters. However, if you are able to help us and me in this, I will give you a personal gesture of good faith. Recently, as I say, my reporting and my tasks take me all across this valley, and I report to Davian as well as other members of the Keep of the Feather. One of my major tasks, the moment that I must keep an eye on, and I'm having to now adjust my permanent stay, is in Valaki. If you are in Valaki and are in need of services regarding paying attention to the activities of any individuals, if you are able to go across and find the constructs that Lysaga has in place here, dismantling them, I would be willing to give you this opportunity to report in my hometown. And then I myself can carry off to the Wizard of Wines, and then you would be able to travel wherever it is. As I do not... please do not think I'm rude in this. It would mean much more for me to trust you all, to see you do this, and then I travel on my own, as opposed to traveling with you all together and not knowing your clearest of intentions. Although I do appreciate your transparency.
Fair enough. May I ask a question first?
Of course.
Do you know of anyone you may notice, my two friends here? Do you know anyone who is able to reverse an aging curse from seeing apparitions? These two were quite a bit younger a little while ago.
This arcanic means are not something that I have much of an understanding of.
Okay.
I mean, the best one I could know would be Baba, but I doubt she would have any power that she would be willing to give.
Yeah. Okay.
Magic is something of a dangerous tool across these lands, as I've seen. So,
yeah. Just thought I'd ask. Apparently it is a spell called Lesser Restoration that we require, or Greater Restoration that we require.
Cool.
gonna kind
She has no
whisper.
acknowledgement or anything of that.
All right.
I'm gonna whisper to Padon. Maybe she could pick up the dress for us.
Dress.
Shh.
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
Well, I just wide-eyed glares at Squally and Eren, like, dress?
Wystera rolls her eyes.
um. Yes, we're more than willing to help where we can. And we appreciate your trust. We're trying to achieve many goals at once.
Well, then it seems we are allies in this venture. I believe from what I've spotted, there were 7 stationed throughout the ruins. If you're able to find them and dismantle them, then I will be able to come through and notice. I do not have a proper signal. In fact, having any signal is quite dangerous if it's sudden or in any case. Whatever you did to speak to the ravens before, if you call upon them in their summons, then I will be sure to fly with the flock. Or with this conspiracy.
Yes, about that. Maybe you can help me hone this in a little bit because it was quite experimental. Essentially, I used the wind I spoke through the wind to them to coordinate a place. And Squally's just going to go into like a really long-winded story trying to explain what they did. Does that work? Like, is there an easier way?
You heard me say I don't understand arcanic means. You're trying to help me see if I understand how you are able to talk to wind. I just fly with the birds and then take a lead. That's it. Okay. Oh, wow.
What I can do, if all fails and I'm not able to guide the crows with the wind as I did before, and just as a safety precaution, I could send a whistle through the wind, or some sort of, if you hear the whistle, it comes through. Then again, there might be a lot of trees here. Squally's just kind of like scatterbrained at this moment and old.
Sure. Yes, if you were to send a whistle through the wind, then make that the call.
Wonderful. I will try the ravens first, and if it doesn't succeed, you will hear my whistle. Unfortunately, Kylah can't whistle, so Squally's gonna make a little toot note that goes like doo doo doo. No, not Mario theme song. Sorry, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Sure, we'll
Sure,
do
the Mario theme song it is.
that. Was definitely a mistake, but we're committing.
Sure. So the Mario theme song will be the signal whistle, and let it be so.
That's if the ravens don't work. We're gonna try
That's
the
if the
ravens
ravens
first.
don't work.
Anyways.
The ravens don't work. We're going on the Rainbow Road, everybody.
Uh,
All right. So, taking on this task, you guys can go back across the river. As you're making your way across the river, come back out of the water, reconnect with Kari. I need you guys to roll a preliminary initiative.
row.
Preliminary initiative.
Why? Because
Oh.
Kari's going to attack us now. Why not?
Okay, between my concussion and Squally's oldness, this is gonna be fun acting. The fact that the Mario theme song was the first tune that came into my head
Yeah, that's awesome.
demonstrate that. But my rolls are terrible too, so this is great.
Oh. All right, 25 to 20.
Fantastic.
Okay. 19 to 15.
Mm.
Okay.
Yikes.
14 to 10.
14.
14.
And
Who's got the higher dexterity of you two?
Mine's 18.
That's you.
Okay. 1, 2, and 9 to 5. 4 to 0.
3.
Nice.
My initiative's +2 and I rolled a 1.
concussion roll.
Ooh. Kari got a 4.
Wow.
Well, that's better than a 3.
Ooh.
Okay. So if that is the case, you all reconnect back at the coach. Esmeralda says, well, this place is quite unhappy, and I'm not enjoying it in the slightest. But as much as I see this, I think it is safe to say that I don't think anyone's going to be stealing the coach anytime soon. Nor do I think we're going to get a lot of traffic coming down this way. So I'm more than comfortable to travel with you all if you would be in need of my assistance.
Please.
Yes, please.
Right. She begins to collect her gear. She grabs her musket. She grabs axe, swords, and begins to stand with you all, saying, all right, lead the way. And we're going to take our break right there. We'll come back in a little bit, guys. Ooh.
Do, do,
Damn,
do,
kid.
do, 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 do.
Okay. We are back, everyone. Now, in traveling across Berez, I want to ask, going through this marsh is going to be very difficult, and it's going to be very you guys are going to be doing a combination of tactics here. The tactics you guys are having to approach is, one, finding out who's going to be leading your little group. Second thing is knowing how you guys are going to navigate just through the actual marsh, like kind of like keeping your tracks, because the swamp, the fog, the way it is, it's almost impossible for you to see beyond 120 feet. So getting turned around, potentially getting lost in this marsh, is high chance. And then also just simply being able to look through and see where you are going is, and trying to keep ahead of anything that could potentially be in your path, is also something you have to try to keep an eye on. So first of all, we'll sign kind of how you guys are going through this, like who is like where in like a marching order kind of thing.
And
I have a
question, we're not, the cart's not coming with us, right? It's the
No,
cart can't.
the cart
Okay,
will
so we're
stay-
walking by foot. Okay.
Yep.
You're welcome.
How is Sly looking? How is Sly doing? Squally wants to take a peek and see if anything's going on with Sly.
In what regard?
The fact that you were trying to ignore us and split up with us like not too long ago. And now you're just kind of tagging along, but you haven't said a word.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much where Sly's at right now. Like he's like Because after he and Eren talked last time, how long ago? How long ago would that have been? DM
Oh, travel across.
like from when we left the Wizards to now.
It probably just been like a couple of hours at this point, maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
On track, yeah. You're not that long, but yeah, I'd say you're pushing close to a couple hours.
Just a couple hours. Okay.
How's he feeling?
We like to know. I don't know why I said that way. Better, but not at 100%, and he's still wary of himself. Is the big thing.
But he's not talking to any of us.
Not really. He hasn't felt the need to really.
Okay, so it's not out of like ignoring us.
It's not like he's doing it out of spite and giving you guys like the silent treatment. But he's still wary of his own rages and what that could lead to.
Fair enough. Squally will kind of stare at you for a moment and then assess his own assessment, but then also just be like, Sly, do you know if there's any way we can track our way back after?
Would I be able to make some kind of like survival check to figure out a good way, or am I just coming up with something on my own?
You can come up with something on your own if you want. A survival check will be kind of like the idea of trailing like your own tracks, like on kind of like going through this to make sure you're not turned around. But if you got something interesting in the kind of the mindset to kind of help you lead your way, could give you a bonus to the roll or lower the DC.
Okay, for my mental map of it, where it's like, is it like, it's not like there's like some dirt road that's just caked in mud. Like, what is this? What are we seeing right now?
So what you're seeing in front of you is like the road itself kind of has like sagged. It looks like some of the road is actually just like been engulfed by the marsh.
Yeah.
You are looking at a space where it's like, imagine like the most like old repugnant and just like ancient wilderness has become to like claim back into this land. It's twisted, it's mangled, and it is seeping with just like muck and it's something. The best way I can put it is something that has been lost to time and nature's wrath in some way.
Are there many trees around us, and like, are there lots of trees around?
You do have trees. You do have trees. There's some that are smaller. There's some big, thicker ones. They're kind of like stand in between. Some of them like toppled over, rotted wood on them. Some of them are it's the ecosystem is still kind of like got some trees scattered. Not like the thick density of the Avalanche woods, but still.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sly looks at the group. Just says, what way are we going? What way do we start?
No, she said near the ruins.
And do we have an idea of where those are? Like what?
No, no, we don't.
Okay, so do we pick a direction
Good.
and start walking?
No one think to ask her? No, we didn't.
I mean, I don't know if the man ears were part of the ruins or not, but that's not how you say it. What? How do you spell? Did you say Menieres?
Man ears is great though.
Man ears, yeah.
I was
The
trying to be
Meniers-
like,
the
if it was just
Meniers,
like,
yeah.
if there's just
They
man
weren't.
ears
They
lying
weren't. They
around.
were this other thing altogether. It seemed.
How do you spell Menieres?
It's like MENHIRS.
Oh my gosh, that's not even close to what I wrote. Sorry. M-E. Say one more time.
MENHIRS.
Nice. Hier means yesterday in French. So you have men yesterdays. Anyways,
Yesterdays.
Yesterdays. That's good. Men yesterdays. That's good.
yeah, onward.
Okay, what way are people feeling right now? Because we're at the cart, correct?
Yes.
How about we
So it's not the
continue-
way we came.
Well, we continue going southeast then. Kind of.
I've got an idea. Aaron's just gonna point and spin in a circle a few times. And then
Sure.
stop and go that way.
Just make
Do
a
it.
make a general. I'm just gonna say, go ahead and roll me a D. roll me a D10.
You got it.
While this is happening, Wystera
8.
leans down.
8. You spin right around and you point a solid west.
Right.
West we go.
Yeah.
Wystera leans down and asks, would this be a time to perhaps ask a few of your feathered friends or the wind which direction the ruins
No,
are in?
I more believe that's for saving or more pressing matters. This isn't something I would say we should ask them about. We just need to find these. She said they were hidden, so I believe we just need to search.
Wystera stands up, closes her eyes, and tries to contact Twitch.
Again,
Okay.
they don't guide me.
You reach out to contact Twitch and you get no response.
Fuck! I try again.
Try
Louder.
again.
Little fucker.
Louder in your brain. No response. You are attempting to cast your own mind sliver on yourself.
It's getting to that point.
So who's leading you guys?
Sly's gonna start leading, and
Okay.
he just sees the way Aaron's pointing, and he walks about like 10 feet, and then he just takes his dagger out and marks an arrow pointing back at the cart from like
Okay.
the nearest tree.
Okay. Just go on, Sly,
makes
and make
sense.
a survival check for yourself. It does make sense. Go ahead and make a survival check for me, please.
That'll be a 16.
Okay, 16. How often are you going to be like in terms of relationship per like, let's say 100 feet? How many arrows would you be making notches in every 100 feet?
Oh, also on top of that, like just above it, Sly's gonna mark like a tally, like a 1 above it to be like, this is our first.
Ah,
So he's
okay.
gonna carve a 1 and an arrow pointing back at the cart to be like, this is the route 1.
Okay.
I'm like 10 feet away from the cart. Every 100 feet. How far in front can we see with the fog?
120.
Okay. So, oh, okay. Sick. I was thinking the fog was a lot denser, but like 5.
5
like
per.
s-
So basically, you're making 5 per
So
100.
basically, yeah, like starting at this part, every 20 feet, I'll just make another arrow pointing back.
Sure. Okay. That's good to know. The only people I kind of need to know in terms of placement are Wystera, Squally, and Eren. Kari's going to be staying close to Sly.
I mean, I just pointed in that direction and started walking, so I'd probably be
Okay.
up at the front.
Swally's kind of middle or middle back.
Got it. And Wystera?
I'll stay in front of Squally.
Okay. Interesting formation. So,
Thank you.
Don't say that.
Taking it as a compliment.
who's going to roll a perception check?
Ooh, me.
Or
Perception.
an investigation check?
Say probably not Sly.
Can I do perception?
Sure.
Perception.
I want to do perception. Although I've been rolling crap, so. Yeah. How does a 6?
That's a solid 6 right there.
That's a
David.
solid 6.
David, that was
Swally's
such a-
eyes failed during aging.
David, that was such a
Are you supposed to be
disapproving
more
grunt.
wise?
Yeah, see, my passive perception's 18 though, but I got a 6 for perception.
So with Sly being the leader on this and Squally being kind of like your guys' visual catch, you guys begin to walk through the muck. You go about in terms of your tally, Sly, you mark down about 15 tallies in these trees. You're going through, it's unpleasant to trek through this. Esmeralda's not enjoying it, especially with her leg. She's pulling it up and like gunk is building up inside of the actual metal. She's like, ah, shit. Moment kind of comes for you, Sly, where you begin walking and you notice kind of out of the corner of your own vision, like staring out through the trees, that there is a kind of elevated portion of ground, and you begin to see like these kind of like short walls that are marked at the top, and some actual standing structures. You can make it out at the kind of edge of the fog. And as you're walking, kind of looking this way, you walk up to a post starting to carve this marker. And as you pull back, you see hanging up on the post that you're marking down in the wood, there is standing a scarecrow just right in front of you.
Like the scarecrows that attacked us before.
This one just seems to be standing still.
Well, the other ones seemed that way before they attacked us. Is this like resembling? Like, does this look like just average scarecrow, or does this look like the ones that attacked us before?
This one, looking at it, it doesn't seem to have the gloved hand of the other ones. It looks to have this like kind of like hat that's kind of like up onto its just like up on its body, covering its whole face. It does have like kind of like black feathers protruding from it. You can make an investigation check if you want to like observe it closer.
I don't
Yeah,
like the black
'cause-
feathers.
Yeah, so I was gonna make an investigation, which probably isn't gonna go well, but we'll see.
Oh, those are raven feathers. I guarantee.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. Okay. Kind of begin to look over this whole space, and it's an unmoving thing. It just stands there, kind of creepy. You look over at the feathers. You look around it. You do notice that the you notice that there's something kind of like shiny in the jacket space of it. Like it's wearing this kind of like blue jacket, and you notice something kind of shining protruding from there.
Oh,
Sick,
this-
I'll take that.
Sure. You open up the jacket. As soon as you do,
It explodes.
It's gonna attack you.
does an 8 hit?
Shit.
Nope.
Okay. You see as you open up the jacket, it kind of closes in on itself and then tries to open up again. As you notice that the scarecrow has now grabbed onto its jacket and is trying to envelop you into its chest area, where these silver knives are basically built into its chest, as if it's kind of like its own like Iron Maiden kind of construction. Esmeralda is immediately going to go into attack.
It knows that they like shiny things. It's evolved to freaking grab ravens.
The scarecrow has evolved.
I hate that.
Hits.
Similar like how octopi are using like our garbage as tools.
Hits.
I mean, that's what they like. That's literally their description. They like shiny things.
And that's a natural 20.
Shit.
Nice.
Oh no, good. That's Esmeralda. Sorry.
6. What's her average damage? 6, 6. 6, and then a.
Oh gosh. I was away in the scarecrow day. Was there something specific that helped kill them?
All I
Uh,
remember from that day is almost dying again. So I think not.
Usual
I can't remember.
physical weapons.
Okay, so Esmeralda immediately sees this thing launch the attacks Sly and just rushes up from the back end of the group and just puts her hand axe, grabs it, and just cuts through the jacket itself, using her sword and axe in tandem, like just severs one of the arms that is kind of like closing up the jacket. And now the jacket's kind of like in torn tatters. So now it just has the exposed blades. The scarecrow is going to then go and is going to take a swing at Esmeralda. That's going to hit Esmeralda. That's 5 points of damage, and she needs to make a wisdom saving throw. What is her wisdom save? She fails. Shit. Okay, that's how many points of damage? That was 5, I said. Yeah, Esmeralda takes 5 points. And Esmeralda is now frightened. I'm gonna use this really cool animated card that I got to telegraph the frightened condition. It's got this weird person who's
Nice.
terrified of a dragon. So now a frightened character has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of sphere is there, and they can't willingly move closer to it. Esmeralda like sees this thing as it just kind of grabs onto her and just pulls it in towards her, and she immediately like just gets like as shocked, and her eyes kind of like pull back in a moment as like she just sees like a white flash before her, and she just kind of like immediately starts going into a panic mode. Scarecrow is going to attack her again. That is a 19. That's going to hit again. It's 3 points of damage. And as Esmeralda gets hit, she goes, she starts to like audibly scream out loud.
Okay, Wystera.
Yeah.
Wystera jumps forward and as well as she can, pulls out actually Wystera is going to attack with her scarecrow claws.
I need you to make a dexterity check first because Eren is next in the initiative, but I'm going
Oh,
to
I
see.
forgot this initiative thing.
I
Right.
want to happen. So make a dexterity check right now.
Okay, I forgot about that. Sorry. Dexterity is 16.
Okay. Eren, you're about to go into action and you see Vistra immediately just surge up and first going for the claws immediately to the creature. Go ahead and make your attack, Vistra.
Okay, I'm gonna come up from behind and I want to pull a Wolverine, cut off the Scarecrow's head from behind.
Do it.
Respect.
16 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. And where are they? Hello. 7 damage.
Okay. You
Flashing.
bring the silver thing towards the hat. As you tear the hat, basically, you can see there's like a red eye coming from there as just straw and feathers pool out of it. The strike seems like it did not deal enough damage to cause it to completely fall apart, which is like one thing you start to remember seeing these creatures is that the attack, Esmeralda's attack seems to almost have torn it to pieces. Yours, for some reason, did not have that same effect, even though it was quite damaging. Eren, it is your go. Unless Mr. has anything else.
Nope.
Okay.
Oops.
All right, well, everyone's attacking the scarecrow, so I'm just gonna go attack the fucking scarecrow.
All right, sounds good. Go attack that fucking scarecrow.
I'm not raging for this just yet because I don't know what's going on, but it's 22 to hit,
22 hits.
and the second one is 18 to hit.
That hits as well.
Yes, it is. Okay. That'll be 26 damage between the two.
Yeah, essentially with both hits, you and just like burst of straw and feathers just immediately in the space, and this thing is like off of where it was hanging and then on the ground. Esmeralda's hyperventilating at this moment. You can see the wash of kind of like the same thing that had hit you before, Sly, and you too, Vistra, when you guys were attacked by these creatures.
Wystera goes over and puts 2 hands on Esmeralda's shoulders and attempts to calm her down.
You place your hand on her shoulders. She goes, oh,
Breathe.
good
Breathe.
gods, that is this, yes. Gods, those are terrifying creatures. Oh. Well, I can see why I can see why we have to go through and dispatch these things. Oh.
You want to go?
Sorry. Yes, I'm fine now. Oh. All right. Now, in this position, 1 out of 7 is taken care of. Do you guys continue in the direction you are traveling?
1 out of 7 what?
Scarecrows.
Garrett, the constructs.
Okay.
I'd
Do
say yes. We continue on.
Yeah,
We know
we
what they
continue
look
on.
like now, and we know what to expect.
Alrighty.
Do we keep going this way though, or do we go back?
I mean,
Well,
we could do a little loop.
Big circle.
Yeah, try to get
Uh,
around.
and can I'd like to try sort of looking around. Can we? I know there's fog, but any chance I could see any sign of more of these constructs through the fog?
Make a investigation check.
Investigation.
Not any of these big walls or anything. Okay. 19.
19. Unfortunately, with the fog, it's a situation where this like your field of vision is limited. Presently around you, you're looking, and the scarecrow's position seems to be one where it's hidden amongst both the trees and then a small semblance of the ruins itself. There's around you, you can see there's kind of like this like moldy looking kind of half sunken home that is just kind of like at the edge of kind of the elevated ground. The scarecrow seems to be put in a position where it could easily be mistaken as a tree, could easily be mistaken as part of the actual just like mold and decay of the village itself, and could easily be mistaken as a traveler. So what you notice here is that the placement of the scarecrow is in areas that could be referenced to maybe like an urban space and allow for the camouflage to be almost like really easy. So that what Sly was doing could happen to anybody else.
I feel like we should stick close to any ruins, any walls, and search around them. Perhaps stick the way we were going.
I agree. I think maybe staying on the roads is not the worst idea, and just kind of keep an eye out.
Okay. I will say, if you guys want to stick to the roads, you're probably going to have to backtrack to find the roads. But if you guys want to do that, you're certainly welcome to.
I just want to go towards where there's the most conglomeration of ruins and or walls. Or...
Presently, you're seeing some of that about southwest of you. Not too far. It's probably a good 100 feet, and that is where you're getting close to some ruins on elevated ground.
I will point up there.
Okay. All right.
Sly will start making his way, and he's gonna keep marking the trees or wood that he finds.
Nice.
All right. Making your way there, you guys travel another 15 ticks slide. This time, your ticks do not just simply go into the trees, they begin to go into the decrepit spaces within Berez itself. As you begin to like make your way up on this elevation, you get to a stone wall that's only about 3 feet high, easy enough for you guys to circumvent. And as you get there, you just start to smell the rot of this village, and you begin to actually see this place that looks probably, I mean, this is a large space. The actual, size of the village, it's like, seem to have like a pretty like substantial populace based on what you're noticing in this like little area. And all of these homes are just completely devastated. You get to like one home and you guys can just hear the buzzing and whizzing of insects like in the doorways, just like from the like just these like creatures that are drawn to the humid climate. or the sickening space of the actual swamp. Riding off still in that perception check. You don't notice anything on the next 15 ticks. You guys can continue to travel deeper into the ruins themselves. You can change course if you want. But yeah, presently you guys are kind of riding the edge of the elevated ground area.
Well, I think it's a good idea to continue this edge of elevated ground. Perhaps we see something. Flashes of silver.
The worst game of hide and seek ever.
Yes.
Onward.
Yep.
Yup.
You guys ride the edge. Takes you about another 100 feet before you notice at the edge of kind of the space. There's kind of like this old stairway that could lead up towards a spot, and right at the top of that stairway, not you guys aren't going up the stairway, but you guys are making your way kind of like to this little space that could have been like a little garden area that leads down into the regular ground. That there is positioned these brambles and bushes. About 20 feet from you, there is a scarecrow that you are able to notice hiding between the bush.
Let's shoot it. Shoot it down.
Esmeralda, do you think there is any advantage in taking it from the back as opposed to the front? Perhaps less chance of being frightened.
That's what she said.
She did in
How to
fact
hit it
say
from the
that.
back.
I mean, there is many advantages of taking it in the back. I can say.
Even Wystera had one of her awkward smiles with the
Why don't you try your approach from the back and let us see if that is going to be working for you?
I thought you'd never ask. So Wystera toddles around the back. And
All right. For the sake of this, Esmeralda is going to hold her action. Eren, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm sprinting right in.
Okay, you're going to sprint right towards it on the time. Sly.
I'm hoping it'll let Wystera kind of sneak behind it.
Sly's not going to be sprinting in, but he's going to kind of keep close to Eren.
Okay. As Eren sprints right in, the do you get right up close to it, Eren?
I'm running in trying to hit it.
Okay, as you do, the scarecrow immediately pulls out its arms from the hidden spots of the area and begins to go and attack you with its claws. That's a 19 to hit. And that's an 11. Does a 19 hit you?
I guess yeah, because I didn't take my
super pill.
what's it called shield out.
All right, you take 5 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
You got it. That's a natural 20.
Oh yeah, you're not scared of this thing.
Now the scarecrow's scared.
Yeah. He's scared of the
this
old halfling with
you
wild hair.
see this creature with like a stitched face with thread carved across it with like feathers protruding like from its mouth. Go ahead and make your attacks.
I've seen some shit. This doesn't scare me.
Einstein ain't scared.
Einstein. Einstein.
18 and 24.
Those both hit.
Here's my 12. This one. Oh my god. 20 damage.
20 damage. Hey. You strike at this creature using your hammer, and it like poof, poof, like smashes into the straw and feathers, knocks some of it off. You knock off its kind of like hanging like vest that it has on. It's kind of like got a gardener's outfit. It's kind of blend in with the actual it's not like gardener's outfit, but it's like camo to the actual thistles here. But not as effective as you would normally think. That's both of your attacks. Sly, your turn.
Okay. Yeah, without without raging, Sly's gonna attack the scarecrow as well.
Okay.
With his sword and dagger. So
Sounds good.
yeah. 2 with the sword first. 8, 7. And then
those
with the
both-
dagger, yeah. 14.
That hits.
Cool. Only 2 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you basically kind of like cut off a small portion right across the throat area of the scarecrow, and it kind of just drops the head down to the side a little bit. Wystera's turn.
Yep.
Nice.
So I'm gonna attack with my long sword, and I'm going for that that red heart jewelly thing that you quickly described there.
That was
Assuming
on
it
the
can-
other one that was on the other one that fell down. That was kind of its like eyes. And it's light. This one's
Oh.
different.
Okay, then all right. Okay, I'll go for center mass then.
Under mass sounds good.
Fuck off. 10.
What I do?
Are you
okay.
hitting it from the back though?
Yeah, not you. Yeah, I'm coming in from the back.
So
Hitting it from the-
Wystera makes an attempt to penetrate from the back, and what results is a clumsy handling of just her tool, and unfortunately, goes to go to center of mass, but goes right through one of the bushes instead, and completely misses the point of entry, or the point of what's the word?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah,
Point of-
you stabbed a bush, and that's all you did. You just penetrated the bush. Anyway. God damn.
Oh.
So glad
Alrighty
this is
then.
okay. Okay, Kari's
Well, that's the first, Wystera says.
Sure. Kari sees the situation and he's gonna see you all and is going to I think she's going to just throw a javelin. That's going to hit. Oh, only deals and rounds down, so it only deals 1 point of damage. Not great. Okay, Squally, it's your turn.
I'm talking and you can't hear me. Squally is going to sorry, we're 20 feet away.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna blast a cantrip sacred flame at him.
Okay, that's a dexterity save.
Indeed.
That's a natural 5. That fails.
Wonderful. You take 1d8 radiant damage. It's not a lot, but it'll do. Oh, sorry, 2d8.
2.
That will be 9 damage, please.
9 damage. Very good. As the silver light goes and kind of bursts inside of the chest of this creature. Esmeralda is going to advance using her hand axe. Nice. Nice. That's 12. And then comes in with her rapier. Misses with the rapier shot. Oh no. Oh, even with a natural 4, she hits. God damn. She takes the thing off of the bush and then looks at you, Wystera, with kind of like an odd little wink, and then takes it right through the face, like with her rapier, and then pulls it out, and the whole thing kind of crumbles.
Who?
She just looks at you and says, sometimes you need to build up confidence in the front portion before you can approach the back. And then she just like puts her weapons away.
Mr. Size.
Stop it.
All right. 2 down.
What do we see straight ahead if we continue along the upper ridge here?
Make a perception check.
All right. I'll do that. That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Sorry, 21.
You across this way, you notice that you guys are getting near the end of the elevation on this space. You can go around and begin to follow it some more. You do notice cutting through, there's a density of like kind of like marshy, like kind of like ponds. You do see a faint bit of light ahead, and you begin to hear the sounds of ravens and clanging metal.
Oh, hell yeah, we're going that way.
Yeah, let's save the ravens.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
You guys begin to make your way west.
Go
Now, 120 feet away here, the edge, you begin to notice the light. What you notice here is standing upon, you guys are like seeped right now, like in your in muck, and you see a hut standing above this well, looks to be this kind of like weird misshapen tree trunk, or like kind of like, yeah, this kind of like weird like wooden mound of tree. It's kind of like split up in different spots. It's got like 4 different spots where its actual roots are. Hanging on 2 different portions at the front entrance of this hut are these massive cages where these ravens are squawking and screeching, battering against the metal of the cages. Yeah. Around there, you notice that there is a massive skull hovering right below the entrance, the door of the hut.
It's Baba.
Is it Baba? Hovering how high, DM?
Above the ground, I would say it's about, I'm going to say, I think it's about 10 feet. I want to just say, maybe 5. I'll just get the specifics.
That's a big difference, because I'm wondering if we can yank that fucker down.
Okay, yes. So I just need to look at something in terms of relations. Size-wise. This is actually important because it's hovering from the entrance of the hut. So I need to get the height of the hut itself. Okay, I believe size relation. See, this is one of the things I have on my other DM screen. The hut itself, with the elevated portion that it comes from, stands at about 30 feet off the ground. So that would actually mean that the skull, in terms of its relationship, and because it's so massive, is at a base of 20 feet.
Okay, so that's
The reason for that is because the skull itself is like
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, just making sure. Hell, I was gonna steal the thing. Which would probably be a stupid idea, but dumb question. So if it's hovering that high, can we see if anyone is in the skull?
You at this spot here, I would say, can notice presently there is no one in the skull from here.
Okay.
Off your 21.
All right. I'm gonna look something up.
Okay. Everybody else, what do you guys want to do?
Do we see Baba?
Do you want to try to make a new perception check?
Yeah, because is she like in the skull or is she like in the?
She's not, apparently.
Yeah, I'll make a new perception if that's all right.
Sounds good.
Ooh, 13. That's better.
13. You look across this space and you do not see distinctly anyone. What you do mark with your kind of like recent interest in ravens is that you can feel the voices and screams coming from the air are they're not only humanoid in this. You get a lot of bestial screams. You're beginning to hear a lot of anguish and pain from animals in this environment.
Wystera turns towards Squally and touches him on the shoulder, and I cast protection from evil and good on Squally.
Aw.
Okay.
Because our cleric's going to be the one to take this bitch out, so not us, I think.
I don't have a lot of spell slots, my dude.
So do you want to pull that up, or do you want me to, or do you know it?
I know protection from evil and good myself.
No. Sorry, I know you do. I meant
okay.
Yeah, of course you do. I was just so you're protected, Squally, against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. And they have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. And you can't be charmed, frightened.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
So that's for 10 minutes. I just have to concentrate on it.
You saying that a cleric will be the one to take her down is there anything specific you're hoping that I can do with very minimal spell slot?
Well, if she's a witch-like creature, I'm thinking that one of your light spells.
Okay.
But God knows what's going to come at us when we walk through that door. So I'm just going with Wystera's going with her gut.
Fair enough.
DM, has Sly noticed this skull hanging by the door?
Yes.
Cool. It's not like animated or anything, it's just like chilling. It's not
I
like
mean,
an apparition.
it looks like it's a floating head. It's actually interesting. Make a nature check, Sly.
Alrighty. That's a 5.
5. I mean, that's one hefty skull. That's a big boy right there. And it's not. It doesn't seem it's moving. Like it's not eating anything. It's not chomping. It's not doing nothing. But it's upside down. Like it's not like upside. It's upside down. So the jawbone is same there.
Well, Sly's grip on his weapon is just gonna tighten as he
Okay.
sees this like moving skull.
Okay, so there's a door, eh?
To the hut, yes.
Wystera is going to walk up to the door and look at everyone in the eyes and do what they do in the cop shows, which is she is going to stand to the side and try the knob and see what happens.
Well, here's the thing. It's 30 feet above the ground.
You just told us that.
Mhm. So you're gonna have to try to climb up the roots first of all to be able to just get up towards this hut.
Right.
But then you can do the cop thing.
Yeah, the idea was really cool, Dad. I like the
Thanks. I appreciate the support.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the cop thing would be great.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sly's gonna
Claws?
who's going up? Squally or Eren? Who's definitely going up?
Point at Sly.
can we
And I say,
both-
throw me.
Toss me.
Here.
You toss me.
Here. But
You'll
Sly
have
is
to
like
toss.
hesitant because he's like, are your bones gonna be okay for that? You're
Old.
old now.
I do a little twist. My back cracks a lot. Yeah, I'll be good.
Okay. Yeah, DM, I'm gonna toss Eren.
You're gonna toss Eren.
Toss him
Okay.
up.
Sure.
Or if we do one of those things where it's like, I'll like get my hands ready and you like run up and then like you jump off my hands and I launch you up. One of those
yeah.
things. So it's like yeah.
That's dope.
Sure.
Run
Eren-
and jump, and you kind of like propel me
Yeah.
Yep.
So then
like
If-
cheerleading.
exactly.
Go
like
ahead
cheerleading.
and make an athletics check,
Ready?
and Eren,
Okay.
go ahead and make an acrobatics check. Yeah.
Make a cheerleading check.
Make a cheerleading check. Rolling for school spirit.
You said athletics.
Athletics.
Sick. Dirty
And
20.
I'm acrobatics.
Yeah.
Nice.
14.
14. Okay, yeah. What? Yeah, but like old man back. It's like kind of like Mr. Incredible when he's like getting back
You
into
hear
it.
it crack when I get tossed. Like,
We need the stretcher.
Yeah, you're like, okay, yeah. So you get up there.
"What's this? Oh,
Sweet. Now that he's up there, Sly's just gonna like gingerly like grab Squally so he doesn't like hurt her brittle bone or his brittle bones either. And
Probably
like
like acts for uppies too.
yeah,
uppies.
and like put Squally on his back and starts climbing up.
Okay.
So Wystera will back up enough that she can see the door and she'll pull out her crossbow and wait.
Okay, and you're climbing up as well.
Do the cop thing.
Yeah, I
Um,
guess I'll climb up as well.
Sounds-
What's Ezzy's doing?
As he's kind of looking at the situation, like I don't.
You have a pet name?
I'm
She doesn't know it yet.
I'm I'm very not sure I feel comfortable in doing what we're doing right now. Like this is what are we doing? What is this? Like
Squally is, well, we all are, but especially Squally wants to save those ravens, and I imagine that there will be more scarecrows in or around there anyway, fulfilling our promise to Miriam. So I thought to stay down here, aimed at the door, but
well, that
you-
could be certainly something we can do if we lay down a little bit of a perimeter check. That could be
perhaps, perhaps
Yeah.
if nothing's happening, then I'm climbing up.
All right. All right. So
Water
you
cooler chat.
guys
Hang
hold your
out by the
position
water
there.
cooler.
You guys begin to get closer to the door. Passively, Squally, you just begin to hear kind of the movement and sloshing of liquid
Ew.
from inside of the hut. As you need to make your way closer and closer to the front door.
It sounds kind of wet in there, you guys.
Should I open it?
I'm gently afraid there's going to be some goopy coming out of there, to be honest.
Is there
Maybe
just like a handle on the door?
open it up to the
Knob
side
on
and
the
don't get too close.
There's a knob on the door.
Well, don't open the door towards you, maybe kind of step to the side, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna like open it, but like moving along the back side of the door.
And do it quite slowly. I'm whispering, by the way, this whole time.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Me?
I'm
Oh,
making a stealth check.
no. Yes,
Squally, yeah, you're talking, and Eren, you're opening the door, so make a stealth check.
both of us.
Well, that's not good.
Both of us geezers. Well, I'm pretty. I got a dirty 20, so you know what?
I got a 6.
Shit.
I'm like, what did you say? And I just throw the door.
What?
What? Holding out your ear horn.
You're just like, huh? What?
Okay. You open up the
Speak
door.
into my good ear.
You open up the door.
Yeah.
Just the two geezers in the open. God damn it.
Squally
Right.
thinks he's whispering, but he's like can't actually hear himself. So
This one I'm gonna read directly from the book here.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Inside of the hut. It is 15 feet on a side and packed with old furniture, including a wooden cot, a wicker cabinet, a slender wardrobe, a wooden table, a stool, a barrel-topped wooden chest reinforced with brass bands, and an iron-stained tub that is filled with blood. Inside of the tub, there is a figure. It's deadened white hair
Oh, great.
hanging down over the actual tub itself. Her long nails, like kind of like fungal infested nails, pouring with a ladle over her body, this thick crimson blood on her green skin,
Bad idea.
more green than the festering swamp muck. She's allowing it to drench through her creases in her face. In the middle of the room, you see that there is a ghastly wooden crib with a small angelic child sitting in it. All the furnishings, except for the crib, are bolted to the floor. And beneath the crib, green light seeps up from the cracks between the rotten floorboards.
Yes.
What?
I'm still holding the door.
You're still holding the door.
There it is.
Yeah, I just go, oh, I'm sorry. I think I have the wrong address. And I just close the door.
You close the door, and all of a sudden, the pouring stops. And as you close the door, you don't notice as the ladle begins to lower.
She coming. Oh Lord, she coming.
Go, Sly, catch me. And I just jump.
He's climbing.
You jump into Sly's arms
Yeah.
as he's halfway up the tree. It's just,
I figure he can catch me. He's got claws
Wow.
and shit.
That's very kind of you, DM. Just-
I figured
Sly
I'm small enough that
scrambled
he could like whip
right
claws.
Sly
Sly
and
hears
kinda
his
like-
name.
right in front
Sly
of it.
hears his name, and then he looks up, and there's Eren falling into him. Just quickly,
Uh,
like,
Go down,
Like-
go down, down.
I'm gonna be
down.
like, let's get ready, and then like I yell to Esmeralda and Wystera that she coming.
down, go down.
How thick are the wood beams that are holding this this hut up?
the wood beams?
Yeah, like the legs.
Oh, they are full-on tree trunk roots.
Okay, nice try.
They are
Alright.
mighty and thick, and they are rising up out of the ground.
Right.
As you, Sly, are hanging down, catching Eren, and you begin to feel yourself lifting up out of the earth. You feel yourself beginning to shift and move.
We should get down there. We should get down.
yes,
Down. Down.
Sly's just dropping down as fast as he can, while staying safe with these two old people.
Squally, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
I'm just holding on to your back.
Wisdom?
Wisdom.
22.
22. Okay.
Ah,
You
good.
feel something try to like impact your form. You turn around and just see the bloody, like blood dripping, sunken, wrinkled face of a woman pointing a long finger towards you. Well, little birdie, you're not sleeping in your cage.
Who's
How?
after me?
What a naughty, naughty creature you are. And you, Wystera, see as the tree trunk leg begins to rise up out of the ground. And so does the other one, as the actual hut itself begins to shift from its position.
Hearing her freak Squally out, and Squally lets go of Sly and tries to glide down to
Sure.
the ground.
Yeah. So you're beginning to glide. I need you to first make an acrobatics check for me, please.
That will be 18.
18 on that. Fantastic. Okay. 1 second for me, please. Okay. Does a 21 or no, does a 23 hit you, Squally?
Yes.
Okay. 1 second.
That was with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
Because of my
Protection from evil and good.
Does that work against constructs?
Nope, sure don't.
Then nope.
Squally is a construct?
No, the thing that is attacking Squally is.
Oh, I thought it was Baba that was attacking Squally. Okay,
Oh no.
got it.
Squally, you take 28 points of bludgeoning damage as you feel one of the trunks of the hut slam against you as you glide down. What was your acrobatics check?
18.
You get hit and you miraculously land on your feet as you guys begin to see the actual roots of the hut have just struck out and attacked Squally.
Yo, I'm hurt.
You're the healer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I can only heal if
Run.
you're at 0 hit points.
I'm just rolling a couple of initiatives quickly for myself.
Cool.
I
Roll
turn
low.
to Esmeralda and say, do you have anything that can create fire?
Yeah, me. And she will she's gonna be preparing a firebolt cantrip.
Lights
Let
herself
us see
up.
here.
Is
gotta roll
there, DM, is there any dry-ish branches or wood or anything like that around?
Dryish branches from like protruding from what? You're just talking in general?
In general, something I can light on fire, because they have a tinderbox. So is there anything I can...
You are looking at the make a survival check right now.
Fuck, 10.
You are in a swamp right now. You're dealing with a lot of like really damp wood. It doesn't look like anything here could be an immediate thing that you could light quickly on fire.
Cool. So I was gonna grab the nearest branch he can, and he's gonna tear off a small piece of like his pant leg, like his calf, wrap it around and try and light that.
Cool. You're on top of the
I was sliding down.
Are you sliding
Was I
down?
not? I was coming down. How
Yeah.
long does it take for me to climb down?
Well, with the thing raising up, you were kind of like the momentum of your slide started to actually like be deterred
Yeah,
in this moment. But you are then going down off of the thing.
Yeah, I was going down as fast as I could once Eren said to go down, down, down.
Okay, sounds good. I will allow you to use your action to be able to do this. I need you to make a dexterity check with this to see how fast you're able to just get the fire going here.
Fire going.
That's a 10.
10. It's going to be at the start of your next turn that the fire is able to light. It doesn't happen immediately now, but it will be at the start of that turn. Okay, looking at this, Eren, you have a turn here for yourself.
Did Sly make it to the ground?
He has now. Yes, you guys have slidden down the trunk, gotten off of it, and now you see Sly beginning to fumble and mess with a something to light it on fire.
I don't think just hitting a tree is going to help anything. I think. Are we running? Yeah. I'm running.
Squally is probably running because that was a heavy hit.
I'm haul-assing.
You are haul-assing?
Yep.
Alrighty. If you are haul-assing, give me 1 second. I gotta look up a thing right now. You are haul-assing. What is the range on this? That's too far. Let's see here. Haul-assing. Got so many spells because I was not prepared for this.
She has one spell.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please, Eren.
Wisdom?
Yes.
14.
Okay. As you are attempting to run at this moment, you like make it as far as you can at the distance that you do. So you make it at the very edge as you're running. And then all of a sudden, you see like iron begin to wrap around your head. And you kind of stop for a minute. And you look at Squally, and Squally kind of like running off the distance, and you're like, man, I really want that hammer back. And you begin to pick up your warhammer, and you feel yourself compelled to kill Squally.
What
the heck?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
As that happens, Vistra, you on your turn, this is your turn now, as you see this green woman who's like completely naked standing up over who, rather than just have a like silvered skulled raven skull, has actual like bird things hanging around a necklace, standing there completely exposed, gesturing and almost like circling something to wrap a crown around Eren's head.
That was the crown of madness.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a mind sliver at her.
Okay, well, what is your DC?
DC is, oh, here we go again. It's on the other page.
I really prefer Marvel.
14, I believe.
Is it a wizard spell?
Yes, it is.
Then it is not 14 because your wizard modifier is completely different.
Oh, right. So, yeah, I didn't look that up.
Wizard would be int instead of charisma, right?
Yeah, it's your intelligence, and you have a +1 bonus to it.
So, okay, so int plus which is 2.
And it's
It's
8.
intelligence plus proficiency plus 8.
Yes.
So 5
And you
plus
have-
8.
I'm smart.
Well, hang on a second. What is your intelligence?
Intelligence is 2. Proficiency is 3.
Oh, you have a +2 to your intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Your intelligence
Mhm.
modifiers? I thought it was lower.
Oh, I'm looking at saving throw. Yeah, it's -1.
Okay,
So
there we go.
8 plus 3, so 10.
Okay,
Minus
+1 because you have that extra bonus thing, I believe.
Oh, right. Yeah, so 11.
So it's 11. She got a
Nice.
13.
Okay.
Damn it.
You try to penetrate her mind, and you just like feel that sudden rejection of that not entering through. And you begin to hear a voice like Kari across. No, 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 dearie. I'm not going to be worrying about your simplistic magic at this moment, but very cute try. I can show you a little bit more of the tricks I have. Kari is gonna look at this situation. It's like, fuck that, and is gonna chuck a javelin right at her.
That's way, Kari.
19 plus. That's a +5. She's gonna use her channel divinity to add 10 to the roll, and she's gonna make that a 24, and she's gonna pump in a divine smite into that. How many spell slots does she have right now? I think she's got, I know she used a couple things. I think she's at least got, I think she used 2 divine smites recently. It's been a little while. And Sly, so I think she's got at least 1. But she's gonna use one of her first level spells to burn. Down to 1 there. So she gets to cast up 1d6. Whoop, shit. Ooh, daddy. That's a good hit. And then damage for divine smite. Come to me, baby. Come to me, baby. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. What do you roll for divine smite? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it's just 2d8. Okay, so she only gets to roll 2 extra d8. 4, 7. So that's 9. Oh no, that's 11 plus 8. 19 points of damage. Kari deals. Baba's gonna make a concentration check.
Come on.
And she fails.
Yes.
Crown of Madness is lost as that
Kari.
moment comes where Eren, you go to rap and what the fuck? And you get pulled out of that.
Thank goodness.
Baba takes a javelin right through, like, right above her breast as she just, like, sees it and yanks it right out of her and snaps the javelin. Okay, Kari kind of looks at the situation and she's like, well, might as well give it one more go, and chucks it right at her again. That one misses.
Oh, shoot.
That one splinters. So Kari misses there. Squally, it is your turn.
Okay.
Carlson moves back a little bit. She's like, everybody back up! And she just kind of keeps running.
Who? Sorry?
Kari, she begins to run.
Away?
Yeah, she's like, everybody back up, and begins to go a little bit.
Back up, sorry. Back up as in, like, move away from her, or as in run away?
Well,
Run.
she's fucking run away, so you can interpret that how you want, but she's fucking run.
Okay, well, yeah, then I'm running. See, if she was gonna do something else and, like, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't, like, running away or just being like, back up.
I see.
Yeah,
She's
I'm gonna book it because I just got incredibly hurt.
Perfect. That's all you're gonna do?
No. How far away am I from her?
From who? Baba?
Baba Lysaga.
You would probably be, if you were running from Eren, just about 30 feet away, you were running before, I'd say you're a good 60 feet from her.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm doing.
Okay, you're just gonna dash fully.
Heck yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. Now, as a check here, let's see. Esmeralda, she has not gone yet, so she's kind of like in that space. Wystera, you held your ground near Esmeralda right now. So
Correct.
you guys are about 30 feet away from where the hut stands. Sly, did you stay near the hut, or are you moving back as well?
Once it kind of was, I would have backed off a bit. I wouldn't have, like, once it started swinging at Squally, I wouldn't have sat right next to it.
Would you have moved your full movement or no?
How far was everyone else from the hut?
Wystera and Esmeralda are about 30 feet.
And where did Eren go?
He sprinted his full 70 feet away.
Oh, okay. I probably would have moved like just 40 feet, kind of like in between the two groups.
Okay. If that is the
Yeah.
case, then the creeping hut is going to go next. And it is going to be ordered. The hut begins to shift. You guys begin to see the four like legs of this thing, the stumps, begin to emanate and move as this gargantuan 30-foot tall, like twice the size of the tree blight that you guys had faced, begins to stump and like slam into, sinking deeper into the swamp, moving. It moves towards Wystera and Esmeralda. And as it moves to them, it also, on one of its back things, is chucking a rock. And I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eren, you're going to get hit with a rock.
Awesome.
We gotta trip this house or something.
Does a 25 hit you, Eren?
Nope.
Great. Okay, Eren, you would take 16 points of bludgeoning damage if that had hit
Good
you.
thing a 25 didn't hit me.
Good thing a 25 didn't hit you.
Jeepers.
Wystera, does a 19 hit you?
Yeah.
All right, and Esmeralda, just gonna see if a 16 hits her.
Quit throwing rocks at me. Bully.
16 does not hit Esmeralda. She's okay. Eren just Peyton leaves. I'm sorry I bullied you, Peyton. I'm sorry I bullied you. Okay, Wystera. You take 26 points of bludgeoning damage as one of the stump legs slams into you.
Okie dokie.
Okay, that is the creeping hut is now moved adjacent to Wystera and Esmeralda. Okay. It is Esmeralda's turn. She just ducked underneath the same leg that was like coming like under one of the roots that was coming around to you. She looks at you, Wystera, and she says, "Do you trust me?"
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm going to take you from behind. And she turns invisible and just pushes you. The hut is going to attack with disadvantage. That's a natural one. Esmeralda turns invisible and forces you to move with her. And a stump goes right deep into the ground as Esmeralda just begins to push. She's like, all right, come on, we have to get going. We have to move. Just like keep running. And you guys hear a whistle on the wind, but not your intended whistle, Squally. This is a different kind of sound.
Not the virus inside?
No, this is coming from the hut space. Eren, it is your turn. What are you doing?
Running?
Okay. You are running.
Please?
Slide. What are you doing?
How high of a climb is it to get into the hut again?
Oh, I should
Like
say
ten-
too, you at this point, you light up a stick, basically like a small flame on it. You have to basically climb up 30 feet to get up to the hut.
And it's right next to Esmeralda and Wystera right now, where they were.
It is right up against them. Yeah, oh wait, you're 10
Okay,
feet away. You would have to
so I'm
climb
10
up 30 feet to get to the top.
I'd have to climb up. Well, I'd have to climb 30 feet up. And I'd have to
30
move
feet to
10
get to the hut, exactly. Yeah.
and 10 feet to get to the leg. Cool. Fuck, I need to. Okay. Slide's gonna go into a rage.
Okay.
And he's going to do that. He's gonna run up the leg and climb up the. Where's Baba?
Baba is basically right near the entrance of the doorway.
Oh fuck, she's up there.
Yeah.
Crap.
Hmm.
Um, okay. as I rage, my tail will grow out. And fuck it, I'm gonna run up and climb up the leg. As I'm doing that, I'm not like extinguishing the torch, but I'm like trying to drag it and seeing if it'll catch onto any of the roots or anything of the tree or the hut.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to make a. I'm gonna need you to make an attack roll using your wisdom modifier on this. And this is not going to be proficiency.
Yeah,
This is going to be your wisdom and a d20.
that's just 10.
10. You take running the thing, the light flame you have up the thing as you're running up going up to the hut, and it scrapes up on some of the wood, and some of it breaks off the head of the stick that you have, and it does not catch any fire.
Cool. So my torch is gone.
Yeah, the small little thing you had
Cool.
going for that.
Okay, whatever. Drop that. I'm gonna hoof it up there with dagger in one hand, sword in the other, and I'm gonna try and like bulldoze past Baba into the hut.
Okay. She will get an attack of opportunity against you as you begin to go through, but
Even
yeah,
if I'm
you
like
can
trying to like bulldoze through her, like
make an athletics check. Yeah, let's see if you can cause her to issue with this.
so. $24.
24. You do get to a position where you will get past her. Like she kind of stonewalls you in this moment. You're like, this old lady's gonna go down. You make contact with her and you're like, fuck, that was
Yeah.
surprisingly strong. But
Yeah.
you do manage to get past her. She will make this attack with disadvantage.
Yep.
That is still a 19 to hit you.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
She's hitting off to the side. She has at her side right here. Oh no, she's just attacking you kind of with a claw. So she hits you for 7 points of slashing damage, which is
Is that
reduced.
reduced? Oh,
It's reduced.
That's already reduced?
Yeah, so 3 is reduced.
Oh,
Is
yep.
that? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you get to the door, and with your dash action, you make it inside of the space. You see the crib there with the small child that's inside of it, with the green glow emanating from down from there.
Where's the green glow coming from?
It seems to be coming from underneath the floorboards.
Cool. Can I rip up the floorboards and find what's causing that?
On a 24 athletics on a dash action, I'd say you can use your turn to get prone onto it, and you can make an attempt to pull. Yes, I will allow it. Go ahead and make another athletics though.
Yep. The 12, it like went on the 20 and then rolled onto the 7. Fuck.
12? No.
Yeah.
You
Fuck.
you go and you grab onto the boards and you try to pull. These are not rotted wood. This is actually it's weaker, but it's like you still need to be able to press onto it. It's gonna take some time. Wystera, it is your turn. Do you continue to run with Esmeralda?
Yes, I run with Esmeralda, And once I get 30 feet, I want to cast Firebolt at one of the legs.
Sounds good. Go on and make an attack.
That'd be 26 to hit.
What is your wizard cantrip casting? Because I think it is
That's
plus...
not wizard, that's my warlock feat.
Oh, right. You're using charisma based on that one. Right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Thank you. 26
Yeah.
sounds good. That hits.
Thank you.
I remember that feat. Taking that feat.
Uh, 9 damage.
9 damage. You
Whichever leg was closest, which I think is the left hand.
Yeah, you shoot at the one that tried to attack you and Esmeralda, and it hits. It singes and it just goes out. Like it makes contact, goes out.
Wystera yells.
And you continue to move with Esmeralda?
Yep.
Okay.
Wystera finally does something useful and it just goes fizz.
Sly, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, buddy.
11.
You go to pull the boards and all of a sudden turn into a tiny little maggot and just go right onto the ground. You feel
Okay.
long nails pick you up from the ground. Baba looks at you, says, "Oh, dearie, I cannot allow you to be still moving around my hut while I'm away. I have to chase after your friends after all. But you can come with me." And she goes, she puts you inside of a small little jar, closes up the lid, or just kind of like puts you in a small little sack that she hangs around her necklace, and then she goes into you are basically like a maggot, like inside of this little sack. Actually, it's not a sack. She puts you actually inside of the little raven skull that is there, so that you're basically tucked in there around her necklace. She throws on her robes, she grabs her staff, and she makes her way inside of the massive skull, and it begins to fly. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm wondering if we should end the session right there.
Yeah.
We can end with Worm Sly.
We can end with "we're fucked."
Um,
I'm running like fucking Speedy Gonzalez right now in the other direction.
Andale, andale.
Yeah, baby.
mhm.
Yeah.
Construct. Wrong construct.
Welcome to Berez, motherfuckers.
Uh,
Baba says hi. Oh.
I told her I got
I'm
the
so
wrong
happy.
address. Why didn't she just leave us alone?
Sorry, guys. All right. Well, we're going to be picking this up for sure come next session. Oh, to everybody else who watched this, I'm so happy. Yeah. We'll be seeing you next time. Curse of Strahd, motherfuckers. Take care.